以前哦，人家丢掉什么东西哈，我跟他试回来嘞。
Do you think that the cats have taken over your life?
No lah, no. Is I willing to do so?
About 2 to 3% of the world's population are hoarders. In this episode, Get Real enters their world of clutter. To find out what happens when the obsession takes over their lives. And are they beyond hope? 71-year-old Ricky Cheng is on the prowl.
The painting. The painting are very nice. And then very colorful one. This one only 2 or 3 colors.
.66-year-old Alice Lim is on the hunt as well.
我在找，好了，哎呀，原来是在这边啦！我买3罐，他说1块7毛多是吗？我看一下，买烟的到17。
With only 10 Singapore dollars to spare, every cent is carefully counted.
3七21，22，买了回去啊，有时候不舍得用呢，就囤了，但等一下看到，哎呀，又是这个我喜欢的 offer 啊，我就买了。
This is Alice's Wonderland. A one-room flat, no bigger than half a basketball court, packed waist-high with bags and bags of food.
我自己一个人，就很孤单，又没有人跟我讲话。啊，我有这些陪我，我觉得好像我什么都不缺了。
Alice is never married and has been alone since her mother died 10 years ago. Alice says her mother too was a hoarder. Alice lives off her small savings and the kindness of strangers. Much of what you see here was given by welfare groups. The clutter used to be a lot worse, until volunteers cleared most of it out over a year ago.
我起身之后，多么窄呀！东西这么多，路只有一板这样，我就是这样走，一板我的脚刚刚好。
Now come into the kitchen. I want to show you something. Okay, be careful. Okay, look over here. We've got over 20 bottles of soy sauce, and you can see the dust on some of them because they've not been opened before. We've got at least 10 bottles of cooking oil, and over here, we have got dozens of eggs. Now, what does Alice do with all this food? Nothing, because she hardly cooks.
2014年没有过期。
But Alice is scrupulous in making sure she only keeps the good stuff.
2013年大月没有过期，这个过期， 锅漆丢掉，我现在才看到这个锅漆。
Like a magpie, Ricky Cheng has a special love for all things bright and shiny. Some bought from roadside markets, others from second-hand shops. Ricky says it's all part of a bigger plan. He says he's going to open an antique store someday. He's even bought the flowers for the display cabinets.
There's not a lot of space to move around in this flat. Now you can see the cardboard boxes everywhere and exposed wires just at my feet. It's really quite a fire hazard.
Years of schizophrenia and manic disorder have taken their toll on Ricky. Medication has turned his gait into an unsteady shuffle, and his speech is slurred. He lives alone, abandoned by his wife and children. In his fading days, his possessions are his only joy.
Hoarding itself can be due to many things. Definitely a number of psychiatric disorders such as schizophrenia, depression, obsessive compulsive disorder. A number of people who hoard do it in reaction to stresses, loneliness, inability to cope with the outside world. And they hoard to feel secure. They hoard because they feel safe with all these items around them.
10年也没有人来啊，没有人来过，外甥也没有来过，除了那个侄女呢，汤西给他那个他会来他就买一包面给我吃。如果我没有给他东西，他就没有来了，没有人来了。
It used to take Alice half an hour to go out. She wants to leave burglars no chance. Alice is a little obsessive-compulsive, but medication has kept that in check.
有没有关好？这个缝很大。
Now, locking up takes a mere 10 minutes.
一次两次，一次两次，好了。以前我身上就按1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10，啊1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9，按到我都哭了。
现在还有按吗？
现在没有按这个了，我这样弄，噼啪噼啪这样。现在没有弄，因为没有人跟我油漆了，等一下弄到不美哦，不公平哦。
What happens when a hoarder's obsession is taken to the extreme?
Tons of rubbish is in your face, at your height level.
And Get Real meets a woman who's been spaced out by her cats.
I have 15 cats, Mimi, I have Mimi. I got little Mimi. I got Mumu. I got Snoopy. I got Latte. I got Aboy. I got the naughty boy, the noisy boy. I got the noisy boy. I got a beautiful girl. Did I mention Latte, Mama. Yes, black mommy. Snoopy, go mama.
There was a time when Tay Kiat Eng had to choose between cats and her son. She chose her cats, all 15 of them.
Come here, go mama.
Last year, Madame Tay's son filed a complaint against her to the housing authorities. He said she failed to give him a proper home.
I do not know, but I know he doesn't like cat. He say I treat cats more important than him. That's what he said. So he complained. So I say he complain if any cat's gone die, I'll make sure he pay.
Nothing eventually came of the complaint. Her son has moved out, leaving Madame Tay with her daughter at home. Madame Tay has been hoarding cats the past 8 years. She tries her best to clean up after them, but she's barely keeping up.
You don't train them to use the toilet,
No,
why not?
no, they are very stubborn. It's very difficult. I need to confine them in that room actually that time. They didn't. You know what they do? Even I lay paper, they will take away the paper and they urine and shit on the floor.
Most of Madame Tay's cats were picked up from the streets. There used to be a lot more, nearly 40 in fact. And they were in a terrible state.
They were having diarrhea, some of them had skin condition, and that is sometimes the stress that comes from having too many animals and not enough adequate care being provided for them.
The Cat Welfare Society stepped in, and these days Madame Tay and her 15 cats are coping a lot better. Still, it's a little hard to believe when she insists cats have not taken over her life. Madame Tay spends nearly all her waking hours with cats, not just the ones at home, but also the many more in the neighborhood. Their food and medicine run up to thousands of dollars a year. The 600 Singapore dollars she earns a month as a part-time cashier barely covers the expenses. But she says lottery winnings make up the rest. It is nearly midnight, and Madame Tay's just finished her shift.
Most of the food I eat night time is also from NTUC. Sometimes they got all those expired things. I take it, that's all. I don't have my mom, I tell you all. You don't feel how to get the fish. Wait. Go. Get my mom. My lunch is I share together with the cat. Let's say I pay the whole packet of this lunch $5 to $6. I only eat the vegetable and rice. The fish and the chicken is for the cat.
It's almost 3 a.m. by the time Madame Tay gets back. She does not go inside, in case she disturbs her cats. This is where Madame Tay has slept every night for the past 3 years. Just as she settled in, her daughter returns home.
You're just going to let her sleep out on the corridor?
Yeah, if she wants to.
Sometimes even neighbor bypass see also, I don't care. I don't know how the stranger come, so I got report to the police. So I told police first of all, I'm old, okay? I'm not sexy, you see? I don't understand why I strip my own corridor. I don't see anything wrong, and I don't misbehave.
Are you happy doing what you do?
I don't, whether happy or not, it's not important. More important that as long as I have do something good for the animal, something that, the animal that's helpless, that need me to help. I have no, I would say, whether happy or not, that is not important.
Globally, it's estimated that about 2 to 3% of people are hoarders. In Singapore, there have been no studies done on hoarding. Depression, schizophrenia, and obsessive-compulsive disorder. Hoarding can be a symptom of these mental illnesses. For the elderly, hoarding is also triggered by the loneliness of growing old.
The elderly who hoard tend to be very isolated. They are suspicious, they don't like to mix around with people, and that makes it difficult for people around them, friends, even neighbors, to know that they're hoarding.
Sometimes, cases come to light only when it's too late. Experts say medication can only do so much. What's more important is to take these elderly hoarders out of their isolation. But social worker Florence Lowe knows just how difficult that is. Every day, she checks in on elderly residents living in these one-room flats in Chinatown. Some of them, like this woman, are hoarders and very stubborn. But this unit is the worst Florence has ever seen. She had heard stories of this couple hoarding trash, but only recently managed to get inside. No one knows how long Chuan and his wife Chua Heok have lived in this filth.
他放的啊，不是我放的，说他不要听，他吃的东西放掉，吃的东西放掉。
Madame Chua appears to suffer from a mental illness. Neighbors say she's prone to violent outbursts, but not much else is known of her condition. After the break,
Okay, now look what we found. It's a bottle of nail clippings, which she's kept for years.
what happens when volunteers try to clean up this flat? This is where 67-year-old Chuan and his 57-year-old wife, Chua Heok, live. It is not known how long they've been living like this.
First thing that came to my mind was, oh my, how did she, end up in such a living condition? Tons of rubbish that's in your face, at your height level.
Get Real has brought in non-profit organisation CityCare to clean up the flat. CityCare runs community service projects in estates like this, and in the last 5 years, it's cleaned up about 20 cluttered homes. To ease their entry, they brought along a little bride.
Our next concern will be how will she react when she starts seeing us clear her things and start moving it out, because these are her prized possessions.
OK 啦，我啷個都唱嗬？啊？這組人名稱星期10，但下晝名稱會來，新的名稱。過年來了嘛，星星嘅。換新的名稱。你嗱話靠這嚇，話靠這。
After half an hour of negotiation, Madame Chua gives in.
Oh man.
Condition. Actually, it's really trash. It's a rubbish chute. Yeah.
Hey, I think you have to slowly bring up the face. Hey, mày chọn đi chân tông lại. Play catching. Cơ lại, giang ai nói là mình chấn lại nó mày này. I don't need help.
My responsibility is to bring the whole bed frame down to the rubbish chute, and the bed was actually got all over me. So yeah, it's really disgusting.
Well, it's really quite musty and smelly here. You've got that face mask because it's so dusty. The smell isn't so bad because I think she burns all these boxes of incense. There are empty boxes lying around. Okay, now look what we found. It's a bottle of nail clippings, which she's kept for years. And just over there, it's a plastic bag full of her hair.
These aren't the only treasures Madame Chua has hidden among her garbage.
Bảo Vy hay đau hay đau? 你这里。啊，你放哪这张？放哪这张？这张放哪这张？放哪多大这张？无。卖放哪一张？
The volunteers' progress is slow, hampered by Madame Chua's constant interruptions. It isn't long before she has another outburst.
We are looking for a yellow plastic bag with $700-800 inside. So she threw up a storm and agitated just now. So we really have to ensure that we didn't throw it away.
Later, the one-room flat goes from this to this. Mr. Ng is coming to terms with the change and taking charge of his new surroundings. But his wife is unable to accept the gutting of her home. But she eventually calms down. This is the first time in years that Mr. Ng and Madame Chua have a clean flat to call home. But it will take more than a clean-up to help hoarders like them reclaim their lives. And there's always a chance that even when the mess is gone, they'll keep living in a secret world where clutter keeps returning.